Welcome to episode 81 of A Message From. We're your hosts. I'm Alyson.
I'm Edward.
And we're back on track this week, eh? We both actually watched an episode of Alone.
Oh, yes. I wasn't sure if you were referring to the fact that we're like both where we are supposed to be normally recording.
Oh, no. I was not referring to that.
Right. We're talking about Alone. Which, I will say, episode 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
It gagged me a bit. It gagged me.
There were literally tears in my eyes.
Really? Oh, see, I didn't like Who Went Home. So I was like...
I felt so bad for him. Oh my gosh.
No.
His exit, it got me.
Here's why I did not feel bad. And it was... Before because they were like hyping up the med check or whatever, because everyone's like not eating.
Yeah, you knew someone was going to go.
Right. And obviously they led us in a direction where it was supposed to be like somebody else, it seemed, but like very good job on the production team. But I knew something was wrong with Coulter, right? Coulter. When he was like, I haven't eaten in so many days or something. And I thought he just meant like fish. And then I realized... when he like didn't get a fish out of the boat, he hadn't been eating anything.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because remember in his exit, he was like, I went to like, what's it, One Track Mind?
Is
that what it's called?
That's not what he said, but I get what you're trying to say. He put like all his eggs in one basket. Like he focused on one thing.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He didn't forage anymore. He didn't like try to get it. He was just focusing on fish, thinking that it would like, all his nets would work out.
I didn't think he meant he wasn't foraging. I just thought he wasn't
he didn't though at the end.
Setting traps or anything for other animals.
Well, there's that too, I think. But like towards the end, he was like, at least Biko's eating his one frozen onion, but Coulter didn't have anything else. And I was like, that's when I knew something went wrong. And I was like, well, that's why you went home, because you got too hyped with your large fish that he was catching,
here's
but
the
not
thing.
very frequent.
It started for me when his boat sunk. I felt really bad. I was like, oh my god,
that was fine. It was his
boat sunk.
Not even
but then he rebuilt
away.
It. He paddled out, and he had a fish. And I'm like, he's doing so well. He might give Clay a run for his money. And like
that fish made me feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. But then, so between that day and then the medical checks, it was like, 10 days had passed. 10 days, we didn't see anything.
Oh, I kept
it was
missing
like
the day flash
It went
ups.
from like day 54 or 55 or something to like day 66 or something.
Oh,
so we missed.
Oops.
Like, just in production, whatever. Like, I guess nothing happened those days. Interesting. So we didn't see.
Well, you never know. Might not be worth like storytelling.
Well, yeah. So nothing interesting happened.
No, sorry, I meant not not worth storytelling yet. Like, there's been a few times in the previous episodes where it'll be like, so and so found this on day 2, and it's like day 40, and you're like, oh, well, you didn't show us that.
That's
on
just
day 2.
background information. That's not interesting.
Right. So something could have happened. Something could have happened that later would be like good to know.
Anyway, someone might have found a twig or something in those days, and they'll come up later.
At this point, a twig feels like it would make a break.
It's season finale next, so.
Okay, I noticed that. Somehow we thought there were like 3 left.
I thought there were 2 left after this one. Yeah, so then with this one, that'd be 3. I thought there was going to be 2 more, but whatever. That means the next episode is going to be really exciting because 2 people are going to tap out.
Tap out or die or be removed.
Or die or be removed. Or
yes.
If anyone dies, it's going to be Clay, because even though he's the strongest and I think he's going to win, he keeps hunting these animals. He's like, killer grizzlies roaming the area. Let me go find them.
I can't.
Giant mountain lion pooping in my camp. Let me go find it. Let me attract it to me.
Like what? He literally already had this run in.
It's coming full circle. He ran in with the mountain lion on like day 1, and now they're going to be friends.
He's going to exit with the lion
Friends until he shoots it and kills it. But, you know.
Okay, yeah, there's an idea too. I really don't know who's going to win. Because, like, truly, like, it could go Clay. They're all doing dumb shit. They're all doing dumb shit because they're losing their minds, right?
Yeah, true.
Clay is, like, hunting bears for fun. Biko is going to slip and fall. That's just what's going to happen.
He's definitely going to slip and fall. I'm surprised he didn't, like,
on a hill.
Tumble down the hill into the water and freeze to death already.
Right? Like, it's just bound to happen with his ankle. Teresa literally almost cut her whole hand off this episode. So, like,
I knew it. I knew she was going to cut herself.
Well, did you not see the preview from the... I remember the preview from the preview.
I skipped the previews. I'm like, nobody got time for this.
I need to know sometimes. I need something to hold on to.
No, I skipped the previews.
Yeah, so I knew that was coming. But it's like everyone's doing dumb stuff because they're like slipping up because they're like tired, exhausted, lonely.
They have
hungry.
No food in their system. Their minds are like shriveling up. They're getting delirious.
Yeah. I am curious to see what actually does kick out any of the three of them. Well, I guess two of them, right? Like I'm curious to know what it's going to be.
I feel like if someone, I don't know, Biko is getting really like mentally unwell. So even though he says he's not going to give up because he wants to like give his kids a better life, I could see him like tapping out for mental health reasons.
It seems like that, but I feel like they all talk like this. It's just framing. So I'm like, are the mental stabilities of all three of these last people really just the same, but we're just like seeing more of Biko's? I don't know.
That could be it. They like want to trick us into thinking that he's like weak.
Because nothing really is going on with Biko. Biko's storyline is kind of boring. Nothing's going on with him.
At the beginning,
Teresa at least is lighting herself on fire.
Yeah. At the beginning, I loved Biko. I was like, this guy is insane in the best way. But now I'm like, he's insane in like an unwell way.
Oh, I don't think his like ramblings have been like too alarming to me yet.
No.
They seem like norm. Cash.
But it's like the ramblings that we got from other people before they tapped out.
Right, that's what it seems like, right?
Yeah.
And they tricked us both times into thinking he was going to be Biko. 2 episodes in a row, and it wasn't. So maybe he does win.
Maybe he does. Teresa, I think if anything, she would be the one kicked out for medical reasons.
I think she would be med-checked kicked out as well.
Yeah, she's got the least amount of weight on her. So she's like shriveling up into nothing.
And the least amount of things she was able to lose, too. Mm-hmm. That's, I think, what is... like,
whereas, like,
removing certain people.
Biko put on what, like an extra 60 or 80 pounds or something, he said, before he got there. So he could, and he was already kind of big anyway. So he had a lot to lose. And he's already lost almost all of it, I think. Yeah. And Clay obviously didn't have as much extra weight that he could lose, but he's been the most successful with food.
I think he's just been the luckiest. I find it hard to use the word successful just because it seems like in this scenario, at least, it's like you just get lucky if a fish comes near you or if an animal comes near you.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. The fish thing is total luck because they're all working with like similar materials like the nets and like some of them have built fishing poles, whatever. But the thing is, I don't say it's all luck for Clay because even though it is insane that he's going out looking for these animals, he's been actively hunting everything from the beginning. He actively went, hunty. Even though it was a risk and he probably got lucky that he got that deer, he was the only one who went out and was like, I'm going to hunt a deer. Didn't he shoot a bird at the beginning too? A couple people got birds at the beginning, but like he's like, yeah.
But that's the thing is everyone keeps being, remember at the beginning it would be like, where are the grouse? Where are the grouse? Where are the grouse? And just like one would show up or something. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what's happening with deer. Like there were some near his camp. I think he had a good spot. Yeah. And then like he obviously went out and searched for it. You know, it's like, 40% luck, 60% you've got to go out and look for it. But I feel like everyone else has been like, no sign of that shit. So they just like stick to the water, which is like giving them fish dropped from the talons of birds. Yeah. So
the other thing too is
Bleak.
He was a big hunter to begin with. And one of the other ladies that was there at the beginning was also a big hunter. I don't think everyone else was necessarily big hunters. Like Teresa just knows how to live primitively, like a Stone Age person.
Truly. Yeah. I think that's true as well. Maybe another person might have been big on hunting too. I mean, obviously they all can hunt to a basic level. Otherwise you like cannot be there, I'm assuming. But you're right. He's like definitely like one of the, there's like a stereotype.
He's got a trophy room of dead animals in his home. Like,
oh yeah. Oh my God. I just saw like this I'm going to explain a TikTok, aren't I? I am.
Yep.
This is so dumb. One of those trophies of like a deer on a wall, right? The head, but it had the front two hooves.
Those ones are so funny.
Were face up. I've never seen this before in my life. I've never seen them face down nor face up. I've never seen them. Only heads, right?
I've only seen it like once or twice because it's jokey. Like no one does that, but
it's insane looking.
It is insane looking. Okay, you finish and then I have something to add.
So these ones were face up, and it was just like, this must have been a picture or a video that someone had like posted previously on TikTok. So it was one of the ones with a comment on it. And the comment was, you've got to put oh God, it was something like, now this is fucking Italian, like sound to it. And I don't know where that sound is from, but they put it on top of it. And it's so funny because it looks like the deer is doing the little Italian thing with the hands. He's going, now this is fucking Italian. But it's just a dead deer. This is so dumb. I hate explaining TikToks.
That's too funny. So my uncle is a big hunter, and like my grandpa was too, and all that stuff. But he goes.
You didn't take up the torch?
I actually won my first shooting contest that I went to with him. Wow. I was super proud, but I don't actually want to kill any animals. So like, he would love.
That's a big barrier to not wanting to hunt. Right?
Yeah, I don't want to kill the animals because I'm not going to eat the meat anyway. Like, I have tried bear meat before once, but
bear meat or deer meat?
Bear. Because my uncle goes bear hunting every year. And so the reason that I thought of this was because one of his bears that he has mounted, he kept the paws on. And it's like...
It's not Italian, but it is prancing.
It's prancing bear.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so I guess we should say now, because this is the second to last episode where we will be talking about Alone, maybe forever, is... Although I am excited to watch a different season, not gonna lie.
Oh, same. But we won't subject the whole world to our ramblings about it for 10 weeks.
No. Who do you think is gonna win? Out of Biko,
Clay.
Teresa, or Clay?
I'm still going Clay. I've been thinking him since like episode 4.
I think Clay is gonna win, but it's not who I want to win. I want Teresa to win.
At the beginning, I loved Teresa, and I was like, oh, I really want her to win. But she's been getting on my nerves lately.
Yes, she has. I have not understood that, but yes.
Yeah.
But I also kind of want Biko to win. But I'm going to say Clay's going to win, but I want Teresa to win. Biko's going to tap out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think Biko's going to tap out too. At the beginning, I also really loved Biko, but then he's been frustrating me these last couple episodes. Like when the mouse ate his ankle bracelets, and I'm like, I still can't get over the fact that he couldn't just fashion himself a new ankle brace. Of all the things he's built out there, all of the carvings he's done, all the incredible things he's made, and you can't like fix the lace on your ankle brace.
I mean, I'm sure he did.
And we didn't see it, but
yeah. And it was like...
He made such a big deal about how it was the end of the world that his ankle brace was broken. And I'm like...
I mean, whatever day that was, if I was him and I had an ankle brace that was like chewed through by a mouse that was like destroying other things in my campsite for like a week on end or something, seems like a mild reaction to me. I would have lost my mind and jumped into the lake or something.
I probably would have
torched my entire camp to kill that mouse.
I probably would have done the same. Like
you would have done worse. You would have
I have zero patience. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah. I would have built a homemade bomb and blown the whole thing up.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know I get frustrated so easily. So you would have seen me like taking an axe to the whole camp.
It would have been night footage of you with an axe just swinging wildly. And then it just like cuts because you accidentally like hit the camera. That's what I expect.
Oh, that'd be so good.
But I imagine.
That's a brilliant scene.
It would have been great TV. To be fair, this would have been day 3, not like day 40 something.
Yeah, true.
But there's that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe we spent that much time talking about Alone, but there was a lot to talk about.
There was a lot to discuss.
And there's more to discuss after this break. Hello, Edward here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to both myself and Alyson. And it would mean even more if you sent us a message at 202-630-4509 or a message from pod@gmail.com. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and throw us a rate and review. 5 stars always feels good. And check us out on amfpod.com for all the little extra content that we have. Now let's get back into it.
Welcome back. As always, we hope you enjoyed the break. We had a lovely little chat still about Alone. We're obsessed. Yes. But switching gears, like a very hard switch.
Yes, the hard turn, right?
Sharp left. Straight into a message from Sarah. Sarah says, "Hi, Edward and Alyson. Just wanted to check in and see how your New Year's resolutions are going. Has Alyson added an episode of the pod yet? Thanks, Sarah." Sarah! Thank you, Sarah, but Sarah
rakes you over the coals. Wait, okay, so we'll get into we're going to go through all the resolutions we did back in episode 50, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm saying that because I went through and I wrote them all out, so we're definitely getting through all of them. Listen to that whole episode again.
Yeah.
We'll get into the podcast specific resolutions at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do personal resolutions first.
As a refresh for everybody, we did an episode about our resolutions for this year. We did about 5 categories, each of us, and then we talked about the podcast. What are them? 3 of them are the same. 2 of them are like rando categories that we both made for ourselves. So first one up is personal. Would you like to go first with yours, or do you want me to go first?
I will go first. So we both so we both had Goodreads challenges for our books. Mine was 35, yours was 24. We talked about this last week. No need to get into it.
Oh, true. Yes. I thought about that while writing it.
Yeah. So the next one was to continue learning Spanish and Italian. So that would be like Duolingo, online courses, potentially a tutor. Spanish I have not kept up with, but Italian, very dedicated. Every single day I do Duolingo. I have several workbooks. I did one online course, and they've just posted an updated version of the course, so I'm going to enroll in that.
Was that with the Course EDU thing?
It's edX.
edX, right. Yeah. Wait, which, is it just a language course, or is it a culture course?
Well, so I've done all the language courses, and then they did like an AP level. It was supposed to be like practice if you were taking the AP test. So it was very, it was a lot of like cultural videos and stories and stuff, and a lot of vocabulary. So not so much like hammering home grammar and things like that, and like tenses and all that stuff. Like that was baked in, but it was really good listening and reading practice. So
it was language. It wasn't culture.
Correct.
Okay, great.
But everything was cultural themed.
Like, no, yeah. You know, when you get into the higher levels of things, it's like, let's listen to someone talk about Dante. And it's like, the grammar for the section is like, I don't know, some random gerund thing. Like, who knows, right?
Yeah. Okay. I did one of those, but I think that was last year. And then I've been working through this little workbook that I got in Milan. When was I in Milan? 2019.
Like 4 years ago, yeah. 3 years ago.
That was 2019.
You were in Milan, and I was famously carried away to Denmark. I was spirited away.
So little used bookshop in Milan, bought a little tiny book, Italian for Foreigners. I had done some of it back then, but I've been working through it now. So my goal is to get that finished by the end of the year.
Yeah. You know what you should do?
What?
You should get a Spanish, like a Spanish textbook for Italian learners. You should stack.
That would be brilliant. I did it I got a Spanish for French. Spanish language for French speakers.
Yes. Sorry, that took me like way too long to figure out. Yes.
Yeah. So, but Italian would be good. I should have done that. But I bought it in France. So it was like.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Spanish for French speakers. So the last one, Personal goal, it was to increase my savings account by 55%. I can report that I am on track. I'm a little bit ahead of where I should be at this point to meet my goal. Great. So, yeah, things are going good. Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Tell us about your personal goals.
All right. Goodreads challenge, we know. Famously completed it. Killing it. My next one was get a Polish tutor. No, have not done. But did I start actually doing Polish on Duolingo every day? Yes. There's that. Have I looked at my workbooks that I've had for 3 years? No, that's fine. Take and develop more film photos, in which I also said that I need to get a smaller camera. Well, listeners and watchers, I can't reach it. It's too, nope, I can't reach it. Here it is. I did get a new camera. It is smaller. It is just essentially like a disposable, in terms of ease. Does it really work very well? We will find out when the first roll comes out of it. But
and guess who's on that first roll?
You definitely are.
Me?
I took a photo of you. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
One lone photo of me.
Well, it's a lot of one photos of lots of people, so. Anyway, not important.
Anyway.
So I've been doing that kind of ish small actionable steps, not as much as I think as I wanted to in January, but it's definitely ramping up. So overall, not exactly completed any of these except for the Goodreads challenge, but have taken small different steps to get towards them. So that's fine with me.
You're making progress. That's good.
I'd say if I was green, yellow, and red, as in done, in progress, definitely not happening, I'd give it green, yellow, yellow.
Brilliant.
Super. All right, next one is health.
Health.
Go ahead.
So the big one was being more active overall. The way that I was going to measure that goal was by doing 11,000 steps a day. Guess what? She hasn't done that every single day. But
I really wasn't sure which way that would go when you updated it. Excuse me.
I've still been making a point to be more active overall. Working from home is my activity level has just gone down so much. So I've been making, obviously, conscious decision to be more active overall. And it's working, but it's not as much as I had hoped. So, also
it's
a yellow light.
a yellow light. Okay.
Yellow light.
All right.
And then incorporating new workouts into my routine. Again, not as much as I had hoped, but I really did. I needed a refresh. I needed to reset. I was getting really burnt out with the workout routine that I had been doing for the last couple of years. And I took the summer. I got my reset. I'm feeling good. So.
Yellow.
I'm happy. I'm happy even though this goal is not going to be 100% achieved.
So would you give it a yellow light or red light?
I would give it a yellow. Because I'm working on it. But obviously I haven't gone 11,000 steps ever.
Super, super, super. You only had 2 for that. So we'll go to mine, which was run a half marathon by early to mid-fall. Which, funny enough, I have no recollection of making this a resolution. But I'm on the last week of the Nike training program.
Oh, lovely.
For a half marathon. So I will run one because it's the last,
the last
exercise, whatever it is.
The last run.
So I guess I will do it, but maybe I should just sign up for one. But there's not really any here in that time, so TBD.
There's a lot here at that time. Everyone has their fall, their Halloween, their Thanksgiving.
Right. Here it's more like spring, it seems, but maybe I'm just not looking right. So I don't know. I'll take a look at it, see if I can do it. I could definitely run one now. Only problem is I don't really want to run in circles, but anyway, it'll happen. Other one was jump rope as a workout. Have not done. Red light. Absolutely not. Commit to a good vitamin regimen. Green light. Pretty much already done. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, but I'm happy with where I am now.
Lovely.
And now I have a green pillbox that I stole from my grandfather's house because he doesn't use it. So I feel real old person with it, but it's actually very helpful.
I don't even have a pillbox.
It's so nice. Get a pillbox.
I don't need one.
It's so easy though. I didn't think I needed one either because it's like, yeah, I just like shake the shit out of a bottle. It's so nice.
I don't even have to shake my bottle. I just... Boop.
Well, that's what I mean by shake the bottle. Just tilt it.
Shake. Boop. There's a difference.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, moving on. I have jumped rope this year. Thank you.
Well, we didn't ask, but...
Well, I offered it. Up next is travel. Our favorite category. My favorite category, at least. Mm-hmm. So my goal was to go to my first Grand Prix. Did that. Went to Montreal. It was lovely. Got interviewed by the news.
You didn't tell us that.
I didn't tell you. I told you. No. I gave an interview in French to the news, the national news.
I think you were saving this for like a blog or like...
Was I?
I think so. Or like the podcast, because you didn't tell us. Us as in the listeners, but also me.
I was on the news.
That's exciting. Yeah. Was it like ESPN or like...
No, it was
CBC or CBC.
CBC or whatever the Canadian broadcasting... Yeah, CBC.
Yeah. CBC. There we go. Huh. I knew it was one of those.
Lovely.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'll see if I can... I should see if I can find a photo or something. Travel to Europe. Check. Did that. Done. Went to Scotland, and I'm going back again in just a few weeks. Like 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
To France. Yes.
France and Austria. Yeah. And so the other goal was to go one place that I've never been before. Double check. Scotland, and then Austria.
Oh, right. Yes, that's one's coming up. That's right.
Yeah, I'll be in Austria in a few weeks.
Involves Austria because I'm not planning on going to that part. So I keep forgetting about it. But great. What is that? Green.
Green. All around. We love.
So mine's actually very funny. Go back to Poland and visit my family again, which was like on track to happen. And then my family did want to go. So we went to Hawaii, famously, as everybody knows, on this podcast. So red, as far as I know. And then I said, in quotes, get my pale ass to Greece, which unfortunately is not going to happen.
Also hasn't.
Visit my friends who now live in London. Possible. I just have no plans to do it, but there's like still time in the year for that to happen. So it's like a red, yellow.
Yeah. Orange. The last one's orange at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Now we get into our random categories.
Our random categories. Yeah. So my next one was home. I was trying to make some home improvements in my apartment. First one being get rid of the dining room table. I did that. Famously got rid of it immediately one day. I was like, yes. It's gone. I'm done. I've ordered a table. It's fine. The new table arrived 2 months late, I think. So it
was very long. Yeah.
There was a lot of sitting on the floor.
Right. But you had the desk.
Sitting on the couch constantly, which I was sick of. So that's what led me to the floor. And then I wanted to get a desk or make like a corner in my apartment for like a home office. Did that. Got a desk. Got a new desk chair. Mm-hmm. All that jazz.
Which you're usually sitting at, but not today.
Yeah, usually I'm sitting at that, but today I decided for a change of scenery. So you've got like a lamp.
You're at the table.
Olive branch. I'm at the table. The beautiful table. I love this table, by the way. Big fan.
It's a nice table.
And then what do we have redecorate the living room. The main thing was like a new TV stand. And then I was thinking maybe like an ottoman or something instead of my coffee table.
Coffee table, right.
Red, big fat red, did not happen.
Big fat red.
And I'm okay with that. And the last one was like to declutter and downsize. I did declutter a lot. I've donated stuff multiple times this year. I've thrown a lot of stuff away. There's still a lot to go. But
yeah. Case in point, the tea section of your kitchen.
I'm working on it, bro.
Yeah, decluttered. It was decluttered.
You decluttered it. But you sucked down a lot of tea.
Well, there was that. But when I came back in July, I was like, decluttered. Not really downsized, but decluttered.
Yes.
For sure.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Some reds, some greens.
Okay. My next one's social, which is just so funny because it's like, no. Host more dinner parties / lunches? No. I think I like hosted a few like breakfasts while I was here and lunches. In this apartment specifically, but like Not really. Write and send more handwritten letters? No.
Nope.
Oh, you know what? No, lie. I have been doing that. I've been sending my grandparents and my aunt like tons of postcards.
Okay, I was about to be like, who? I haven't gotten anything.
No,
rude.
not like to friends or anything. So in a way, like I have been doing it, but not the way I intended. So that's kind of nice. That actually reminds me, I'm going to write it down right now on the podcast. Then I need to send some out. So there's that. Continuing with the green light on that. What's after that? Oh, 10 more drag shows. I went to the one that I said on the podcast I was going to in February. So voila, great. Got COVID at it. Did not care. It was great. Great time. Would do it again. I would do it again and get COVID all over again. It was great.
Beautiful.
Very last ones. You have your miscellaneous.
Yes.
Miscellaneous.
My miscellaneous category because
I did laugh when I was spoiler alert, everyone. Did I already say this? I wrote down all the things. So I laughed at this one. Not the first one, but the second one I laughed at.
So the first one is to watch more foreign language films and shows, which I have done.
Yeah, that was gonna happen.
That's easy money. I'm almost done with Vagabond right now. It's a really good K-drama. But it's been a bit of a struggle because each episode is like an hour and 10 minutes long.
No,
and
that's
then
too long.
There are 16 episodes. I thought it was going to be like 12. We got to episode 8 and I'm like, there's a conclusion happening here. No. Surprise! 80 more insane things happen. But it's a very, very, very good show. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
The last one, I literally don't even want to say it out loud. Start an herb garden. I'm a piece of trash. All my herb garden supplies are still in my living room.
They literally moved from like under the, what is that called? The thing you used to under the bar. The island, the bar. To like next to the couch. Just like across the carpet.
They're moving. They're making moves, but it's not like
they're not
the
opening.
right moves.
No, yeah. They're just shifting laterally. My last one was TV, which is also, I laughed while writing all this down because like I have not watched like any fucking TV this year. I've watched Elite, obviously Alone, several seasons of Drag Race and franchises of Drag Race, but like that's it. I think I've watched like one or two like little like animated cartoon things that like were like, oh, this is like new season on Netflix. And it took me like 4 hours to watch because they're 30 minutes long. Like that's it. So 3 red lights coming our way. Rewatch all of Mob Wives. I mean, I would still love to do that. I just don't want to sit down and watch TV.
I tried. It was ads like every 30 seconds. I had to stop.
Right. But different ways of doing things, right?
Yes.
Right. Wink, wink. Watch the entirety of Golden Girls. Would still love to do. Big fat red on that one. I just don't want to sit down and watch all that TV.
It's so good.
I know, very good. And then watch the French series Call My Agent, which difficult for me to do now because it's not on Netflix where I'm currently at. So
it's not. It's been on my watch list for like years.
Alone, also not on Netflix here. So I had to, find another way to watch it.
Ooh, I did not know this.
So annoying. I was like, oh my God, there's 2 episodes left and I have to like struggle to find these. Anyway, I'm able to find it. So while I would still like to do all of these and still very much have time to do them, I'm not going to do them. Because I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll change when it gets colder. But like, I don't want to spend all that much time in front of a TV. That's why I haven't watched TV this summer. I don't want to do that.
That's fine.
I haven't even watched a movie. The first movie I've watched in months was the piece of trash, Death on the Nile. But I watched it on the plane, so it was like perfect garbage movie for a plane. But like, that's what I do. I watch garbage. That's no prestige shit over here. But anyway. 3 reds, but could be greens. Who knows? That's
fine. We're reevaluating. We're
shifting.
Taking inventory of our desires and abilities.
Exactly.
So
what about our desires for the podcast this year?
Well,
actually, very funny because some of these are truly not possible.
Do at least 2 collabs. We've done that.
We did like at least 4.
Yeah, we've killed that one.
That one's green. I was to say we killed it. That one's done.
We had really good collabs too. Really good messages from other podcasters.
Standout ones for me were like the one from this year from Legendary Africa. That one was fun, especially because you had to tell me that whole boat story, which was like very funny to me. And then what was the other one that I was? Oh, the Most Millennial Podcast. That one was really sad. Yeah, that one was obviously a fun trip down memory lane. So
yeah, that one was really
I mean, we still will probably do more this year, but I can't believe we only said 2.
Yeah.
Funty. Other one is record our 100th episode, which is literally not possible, dear listeners, because we took like a 3-4 week break.
We did. Yeah.
So while we have been giving content, we cannot get to episode 100 this year, which is fine. Too many milestones. It would stress me out.
Fine.
We'll do it next year.
The last one is that I need to edit at least one episode. That also has not happened yet. And we're closing in.
I don't think it's going to happen this year.
I don't think so. We're closing in on the end of the year so rapidly. And now that we're doing video as well, there's so much more that goes into it. And it's like...
I was going to say, the video of it all, switching to that, which I'm surprised. I thought, because we kept alluding in the episode to like, oh, like we'll get to what we're talking about for like the podcast for the year at the end. And I got to the end and I thought it was going to be something about you being like, we should do video. Because we, the whole shtick used to be you'd bring it up and I'd say no, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't on there. And I was like, oh, damn, what did we put?
And now we've done it.
And I know, it's like the one thing we did do.
Oh.
So it's just,
There's a very loud truck rolling down my street right now.
Oh, well, that's fun for everybody else to listen to, not me currently. I'm sure I'll hear it when I edit this episode. But it has just gotten very complicated with learning how to edit everything now with the video. Mm-hmm. But it will still happen.
It will happen. We will get there. We will probably roll that goal into next year.
Yes. Maybe, should we adjust any goals for the podcast from now until the end of the year?
No, we'd have to make a new one. We would need to think about it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything like specifically for the podcast. I'd be like, oh, we should get this done by the end of the year. I'm trying to think if there's anything for myself that I want to like tack on and be like, I want to do this, but
no, that's a lot of goals.
Yeah, well, some of these are just like not happening, so it's like I don't really care about them anymore.
Yeah, but that's fine. Right? We had too many anyway. Why were we extending ourselves so much?
I was going to say, this is not very many for me.
Well, you have a problem.
I do.
This is too many goals.
I do. I wish.
Remember when Donovan told us we need to be smart? What was it?
Specific, measurable.
Attainable, realistic.
Most of these were very attainable.
Attainable and realistic.
Attainable was the actual word.
Once you get past a certain point, it's not smart anymore. It's too many.
These all feel smart to me. I just don't feel like doing them anymore.
So what's a word for that? The motivation because it's too much.
Smarty. That's what it is. The Y for yearn. I have no yearning to do any of this. I don't yearn to watch like 16 seasons of TV.
And that's fine.
But I yearn for you to learn how to edit the podcast.
It'll happen one day. It'll happen. Keep the faith.
It will. All right. Thank you so much, Sarah, for putting us in check, I guess, is a good way to put it. If you would like to send us a message, you can do that at 202-630-4509 or a message from pod@gmail.com. If you hate the sound of your own voice or live outside of the United States, definitely leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Rate and review. Check us out at amfpod.com for bonus content, where you can find us also on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter with a message from, or a message from _ I think on Twitter. And I don't think there's anything else. Oh, we're also on YouTube. But if you're watching us on YouTube, then you know that already.
If you're not, subscribe and comment. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.